Okay. This is Actual Trash's VOD review for Rialto. Try to get this under 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Alright. 0 BQ NM6 already exists in my list. How do I find it? What? Uh, already exists in my list? What do you mean? Oh, Rialto. Is this it?
Welcome to Rialto.
Yes, okay, this is it, okay. Let's quickly go all the way to the back. And actual trash. Okay, so you're on Widowmaker. First of all, we'll talk team comps. I'm doing a one-on-one VOD with you, so I'll just talk about you. First off, as Widowmaker, I want you to position up here instead of the low ground, like I mentioned before. I want you to stay on the high grounds if you're gonna play Widowmaker.
Join me. I shall seize the payload safely to its destination.
This flank is fine, but high ground is always the better option. Also, another thing as Widowmaker, as soon as you see a shot lined up, take it. Because if you hesitate when you're going to take a shot, you're either going to miss it or not going to kill the person. Because that Reinhardt is just free ult charge for you. Take the shot, like anything, as soon as you see anything like that just walks into your crosshair, take it. You almost always want to be shooting. Like right here in this moment, shoot it. You don't need to exactly line up for the headshot, just shoot the shot. Yeah, there was a little shoot this. Just shoot it. You're not 100% charged, but just shoot it. There you go. I would stay at this angle. They're not gonna push you. They're focusing too much on the main team. I'd stay at this angle, or I could even you could even get a little aggressive. Come up here and maybe pick off the McCree and the Ana, or you could come down here into this little room, because your team is already in the engage and they're already pushing in. You can take this angle, maybe get the Ana, and you always can retreat to the bridge.
Nothing's gonna stop
My ultimate is charging.
Shoot it.
Yes! Push on.
Another thing with Widowmaker, you don't want to be flicking from long range, cause let's say Genji's over here, right? And you flick over here, but the Genji moves down here. You're gonna miss your shot. For long range, you sort of just want to lead your shot, not flick it. When you're up close range, like a hog over here, or maybe the hog's right over here, maybe even over here, that's when you flick your shot. Sort of just want to lead it. I see you pointing your crosshair in one position and then bam in that position. You wanna keep your crosshair and watch and then shoot. Not like immediate flick, just watch, shoot. How long is this match? Alright, 11 minutes. Like what you're doing with the hog right now. That's what you want to do
Keep it going.
from far range.
My ultimate is charging.
Also, I haven't seen much Venom Mine usage, probably because you're on the attack, but honestly, I'd put a Venom Mine in a spot that you're camping at. Like, for example, I'd put a Venom Mine right here, and if the Genji decides to walk through, he gets caught in the Venom Mine, shoot him, he dies. Or, honestly, I'd have you take this high ground, rotate up here. You have a really nice angle on anybody that comes by.
Group up with me.
I'd put the Venom Mine there instead of peeking it.
Up the tempo.
Allez, montre-toi.
Take the high ground. Take the high ground. Good shot.
Pawns and Crusaders! Let them up!
Focus the Roadhog.
Regen up.
There we go. Take this high ground. Take this high ground up here. And then maybe you want to come over here. Or maybe come over here.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
I want you to take more high grounds.
Hey. Heal up.
Barrier activated.
My ultimate is charging. Little hand.
Understood.
Targets in sight.
So instead of sitting idly duck here, maybe come up here. Over here. Or maybe come up here. Break this. You have an angle. Maybe get a little aggressive. Come up here. However, this isn't the best bet since you're ahead of your team. As Widowmaker, you generally want to be at your team level or beside your team. I'd say come here. Right over here. This is a really nice angle while your team is pushing in. Over here, you're basically dead weight. Your team only has 5 people up there. And the enemy team has 6 while you're doing nothing over here. So rather play aggressive.
Regen burst activated.
Barrier destroyed.
Okay, let's see what you do with the infrasights. Because at this mark, I would use infrasights. Actually, no. I would keep infrasights your upper pick. Good shot.
Le baiser de la veuve.
Double time.
I am ready to activate the sound barrier.
Good angle, but you could also take this angle up here. Or you could get aggressive and be a little cheeky and come over here. This is a decent angle as well. It's a good low ground angle. If you want to be a little elevated, you could come up here. Because you guys are up 2 picks, the enemy team is coming back. Use infrasights when they start the engage. When the Reinhardt is at this corner and he's about to push in, use infrasights. Because then they're going to be pushing back and you have a really nice angle on the enemy team.
Wild ready.
No one can hide from the Huntress. Fire at will! The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Good job, team.
You don't need a peek shoot. You guys literally, you just won the
Let's
fight.
up the tempo.
Take the shot. Anything you see, just take the shot. Shoot the shields. Shooting shields is good as well. It's common misconception that shooting shields is pretty useless, but if you shoot the shield, they have nothing to protect them. Take this high ground up here. Take this high ground. There you go. There you go.
Need shields. Thanks.
Good shot. Good shot. Good shot.
Rien ne peut plus m'arrêter.
Let them up.
Over here, I'd get aggressive. Honestly, I would probably come over here and get aggressive.
Hammer down.
Okay, their Reinhardt is retarded. Good shot.
World's greatest sniper.
Good shot. Good shot.
I am on fire. Show you.
I need shield. I need healing. Thank you.
Got you good as new. I was on. Payload stop. Like exactly what
Another thing, I haven't seen you use infrasights this entire game. In that last fight, when the McCree was using Deadeye, or when the Genji was using Blade, or even when the Ryan was doing Nano Ryan, You could have used infrasights. That would have forced them to back off a little, and that maybe would have allowed the McCree to not, or made the McCree not have used Deadeye, because he would have known that, okay, infrasights are up. You have him in your sights. He's gonna back up. Infrasights is not really an ultimate used uh to win team fights. It's more of a skill alt. It's like infrasights is a lot like it's a lot like it's a lot like Dragon Strike. It's a zoning ultimate, but Dragon Strike does damage. Infrasights doesn't. If you Dragon Strike over here into this room, if the enemy team is up on here on the high ground, and you Dragon Strike from here, facing this way, it's gonna create a zoning ultimate that has a potential to get a kill. Infrasights is basically that without the potential of getting a kill. The enemy team is pushing in. Let's say you are on this high ground on defense right over here. You infrasights as they start pushing in. Let's say they're coming in on this corner. As they start pushing in, you infrasights. They're gonna be like, uh-oh, Widowmaker has us in his sights. Let's just push back. And they're gonna push back to this corner, maybe all the way back.
No one can hide from the hunters.
This was a bad infrasights. There's what are you infrasighting? There's nothing really to be shown. The enemy team hasn't started fighting. Your team hasn't even engaged. And by the time that the fight really starts, your infrasights is gonna be almost done. Watch. Let's say the fight starts now. Look how much infrasights is done. Half of your infrasight. Actually, the fight hasn't even started. There you go. Now the fight is about to start. And you're done almost all of your infrasights. Look, their monkey is engaging. Your team is starting to push in. You're on speed boost. And your infrasights are almost done. This is the scenario. This is the part where I would use infrasights. For the enemy team to back up and your team to have a free push in. So basically right now your infrasights did nothing for the team. Good shot.
How about a little extra here?
I'll knock it.
Fire at will. Freeze! Don't move. Essayons encore une fois.
My ultimate is
Moving a
charging.
payload. Backup requested.
But I think your team wins this. Shoot the bubble, shoot the bubble.
Let them
Shooting
out.
bubble isn't anything bad. You could. Good shot.
Payload is in my charge. Let us.
Okay.
Ready for battle.
Come on.
This is good positioning.
Got you good as new.
Okay, so now they're running a diva. And as Widowmaker, your job should be, where is this diva? You should constantly be asking yourself, where's the diva? Where's the diva? Where's the diva? Because as soon as that diva pushes you, you're done for. You're done for unless you get the biggest peel of the century. You need to be aware. Okay, if I overextend, this diva is gonna punish me. I need to back up. You should honestly be respecting the diva's sightlines. That's what I want to see you do. Good. Good shot. Good kill.
Regen burst activated. Yeah, let's pick it up.
Heal me.
See, now this is where I say get on high grounds, because on the low grounds you're very prone to just spam damage. Now you're up a pick, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, their BAP is coming back, but you guys have the advantage. Honestly, If I was in this situation, I'd get aggressive and kill this BAP again. And then back up. And then back up all the way. Do what you were doing. They have to back up. Or you could sit over here, get a really good angle on the enemy team. But you killed the BAP. You don't need to get passive. You can come back, kill the BAP again, and chill here. If the D.Va pushes you, just come over here. If you need to drop down, drop down. If you need to, go up to this high ground over here.
Okay.
You should be playing mind
Thanks.
games with their team.
Here they come.
Shoot the shield. It's fine to shoot the shield.
Let them up.
This is the part where I would play up here. They have started to push in. You are prone to spam damage. Play up here. You have a really good angle on them as well. This is also the part where I'd get super aggressive. This is the part where I'd also get super duper aggressive. Their D.Va, you can force her out of mech and then kill her and stagger her. Or you could kill the Lucio and the Mei and the BAP. I also haven't seen you use Venom Mines. I want you to use your Venom Mines on this angle over here. Because if somebody is to push here, you already know where they're coming from. Or I want you to use Venom Mines in common flank positions. Like over here. Or over here. Because like Venom Mine is mini infrasites that does damage. It's one of your most useful tech in your ability bag. It's the ability that lets you know where someone is to literally give you a protection. You don't even need a Rhine shield with infrasites. With Venomine, you know where they're coming from. You just back up. Don't let them kill you. You're all constantly on the move.
You got the beat.
No one can
No,
hide from
this
the
is a bad
hunters.
infrasites. Watch. Your infrasites is going to be completely drained out way before the fight even begins.
Hey.
Get behind.
Yes, you stalled them a little, but it was useless. I'd rather have you use infrasites if they're going here left side. I'd rather you have you use infrasites when they're at this corner right here. When the fight is just about to begin. That way they have to push back. They can't engage in the fight anymore. Doing infrasites there, you stalled maybe a little, but that stall was gonna happen regardless.
This is gonna make you feel better.
Over here, this is where I would use infrasites. They're gonna be like, oh, Widowmaker has us in our sights, let's back up. This is where I would use infrasites.
How about a little break it?
Get aggressive on the run. Good stuff by Tux.
This is gonna make you feel better.
Double, triple kill.
Good shot. Good shot.
Too easy.
Good shoots. Good shots.
Amplification matrix charging.
Salut.
Let's see how the rest of this plays out. D.Va's coming up to you. What are you gonna do? Good. Good. That's exactly what I want you to do.
This is gonna make
You don't need to constantly check that spot. Honestly, I just have you put Venom Mine right here, so you don't have to check this spot ever. And then if they get caught by the Venom Mine, you know where they are. Shoot them.
check this out.
Back up here. Yeah. I wouldn't engage
Hold
at
up
all.
here.
I would just wait.
60
Amplification
seconds
matrix
remaining.
almost charged.
Good shot.
Americans.
Let's see what you do with infosites here.
Let
I would use it now. I would use infosites right now. Right now. Why? The fight is happening. If you use infrasites, their Ryan is gonna have to push back. And now that you're up a pick on the Mei, You don't. You just. You guys instantly win this. Good shot.
Crusaders!
30 seconds remaining.
Hold position. We got this. I'm on fire. Regen up.
Get behind me!
Good game. I think you guys win.
No one can hide from the hunters. I need healing. Heal me.
Time to raise my APM. Routing power to forward barrier.
Just spam shoot. Just spam shoot the diva.
Oh, let's break it.
Crusaders!
Just spam shoot the diva.
Game on.
Let them up.
Okay, in this position is when DPS really carry. I want you to play up here. I want you to take this high ground because in this position is when the DPS really start to carry. Or I want you to play, sorry for the background noise. Or I want you to play over here, right over here. Cuz then you have such a nice sight lines on them and they get so scared cuz there's you on the right side and then there's your team on the mid. It's such a broken angle.
You all look like you need some healing.
Good shot.
Need shields. I need healing.
My ultimate
Thank you.
is charged.
Vamos, esculacha.
Matrix activated.
My ultimate is charged.
Time to raise my APM.
Good shot. Alright, GG's, you guys won this. Okay, so basically, to go over the whole thing, number one, don't play on the low grounds. I want you to play on higher grounds. As Widowmaker, I never want to see you on any low ground. I want to see you on more high grounds. Second, your Venomine usage is non-existent. I honestly don't think you used Venomine that entire game, this entire game. If you're positioning over here, Venomine over there, positioning over here, Venomine over here, in this door, over here. If you're positioning up here, Venomine right here on the staircase. If you're positioning over here on this angle, Venomine like over here on the hall, you know what I mean. Um, Secondly, infrasight usage. I had this problem too when I started out Widowmaker. Um, you always want to infrasights when the enemy team is pushing in, not when the fight hasn't even begun. Because the infrasights you did over here was very bad, very bad. Because the enemy team was just grouping up, and that infrasights did nothing. Once they pushed this corner, is when you wanted to infrasights, because then they had to push all the way back. Um, Aside from that, you're mechanically good. I don't think you need to improve on anything mechanically. Uh, Also, when there's a diva, baby diva, or anything close by you, you don't need to snipe in shot because you're probably gonna miss. Just unscope shoot. Besides that, um, Venomine usage, infrasights, and high ground, high ground, high ground, high ground. And also, in a situation in overtime where like they're over here, the enemy team, I want you to take this ground over here because your team is on the mid right over here fighting them, and then they have a Widowmaker that they need to worry about over here, and that Widowmaker is gonna really destroy the other team. Um, and with your mechanical skills, I'm sure you guys would have won that fight way earlier. But besides that, good stuff, and that's it for this VOD.